Darius, just in your return to the team, I know that you're one of those guys that they say is the glue, but coach is asking for the rhythm to just get better on both ends of the floor. In your eyes, how does that get better? What steps must you guys make?
Um, we just have to get out of that little all-star break funk. Um, just play together. We had a good little stretch when we were just swinging the ball around, getting wide open trays. Uh, we had good looks, just didn't go down for us. But yeah, just playing together really, um, being on the same string, talking to one another. Um, just being on the same page and just playing our brand of basketball.
And as you mentioned, you guys were right there in the third quarter, just down 1 point. And in the fourth quarter, there was some type of shift. Were you guys doing differently, or how were they playing you differently that led to the burst for them offensively?
Um, they just had that little burst, like you said, had that burst of energy, and they just took us out of our rhythm on offensive end, and then they just turned us over and just kept pushing on their offensive end. So, that led to easy buckets, uncontested threes. So I think that's what really killed the momentum and just got us down. Couldn't get over the hump.
And then last one for me. I know that you said we got to get out of this all-star funk. Well, for you guys, this road doesn't get any easier, especially in the second stretch of the schedule. How does that happen sooner than later, especially when you have, teams that are tough coming up?
Um, just watching film and hopefully we can get better. Um, this is all about us. So we're not really worried about any other teams. We just have to focus on Cleveland Cavaliers and just hopefully we get better every day, every game, and just hope for the best. So we get some wins during this little stretch and just keep continuing to try to get better every day.
Kelsey so The Athletic. Darius, kind of going off of that, when there are nights that the shots don't fall, but in general, when you guys look at the offense, what do you see as needs to improve in general when just to create that offensive flow and create those shots?
In my opinion, I think our offense is actually pretty good. We just have to just get back to making shots. I think this game we broke the paint a lot and we just got a lot of wide open threes that we just didn't knock down. But our biggest deal is our defense. We've been preaching that all year. So when we get back to getting stops like we did in the third quarter to keep the game close, we just have to capitalize on the offensive end and just try to get as many buckets as we can.
And then with the shots, are you seeing anything different of a lot of them were open tonight, but are they rush shots? Is it shot selection? I guess is there anything specific with that, or are they just not going in?
Yeah, tonight just wasn't our night in my opinion. Shots weren't falling for us really, but it's the little stuff with us. Like the offensive rebounds killed us. Turnovers was a big deal. But second chance points that was one of our biggest deals that we had to fix going to next game.
Fedor.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, Darius, you mentioned being in this all-star funk. What do you feel like is the biggest difference between the way that you guys have played in these first two games back versus how you guys were playing going into the break?
We're getting new faces back. We actually just getting everybody involved, get everybody back into playing shape and back into game speed. So we're just trying to do that. We're trying to work here, Larry, K-Love in. And it's a lot going on with our team right now, even though this is not an excuse for us, but it's a lot going on right now. So we just have to stay locked in. Whoever's on the floor that night, just have to come with it, compete, and just play our brand of basketball.
And you mentioned the defense being a problem, and I don't want to disagree with you or anything like that, but you guys scored 2 points over the first 7 minutes of the fourth quarter. So a lot of people would look at it saying, that's where you guys lost the game. That's the stretch that cost you the game on the offensive end of the floor. What was it that made you feel like it was defense as opposed to offense tonight, especially in that stretch?
They were getting open shots in that stretch where we couldn't score. That was That was the biggest thing. Um, there's a star right here on this sheet that said didn't make shots. That's it, bro. We didn't make shots. We're getting wide open shots. We're getting paint touches, kickouts, wide open. Just didn't fall tonight.
Thank you.
Anybody else has anything, please raise your hand. If not, we'll end on Marla. Marla, go ahead.
Marla Ridenour, Akron Beacon Journal. Yeah, Darius, do you think you guys are having trouble, like you need a shorter term memory, you know, when things aren't, you know, a few shots aren't falling, you're dwelling on it, and not even with the free throws, you know, when you guys had a stretch like that, do you think you need to have a shorter memory maybe?
Yeah, for sure. It's always another possession in this game. So the short memory is definitely something that we need to work on as a team, as a unit, for everyone. And not dwell on the last shot or like the last turnover, anything like that. We just have to just keep playing. Yeah, like you said, just have to have a short memory, no baggage or anything.
And when you mentioned the little things, is the free throw shooting fitting there too?
Free throw shooting, rebounding, being in the right spots, closing possessions, and just getting out and run. I mean, we're at our best when we're running in, getting out of transition, just getting easy buckets. So we have to get back to that.
Thank you.
All right, one bonus, one Fedor. Go ahead. Last one, DG.
Darius, Cedi was talking about possibly diversifying your offense and going away from pick and roll heavy and trying to incorporate other things throughout. In what way can you do that? In what way do you feel like you should do that?
That's a coach decision. That's a coach's decision. I don't have any words on that.
Thank you.
Cedi, coach just mentioned that you guys just have to find a way to get back into a rhythm. On both ends of the floor, what does that look like to you, just getting back into a rhythm?
You know, just back to the games that we played before the break. You know, when we won like 4 in a row, you know, we're playing good basketball. And right now, obviously, we lost our rhythm. And, you know, it's okay for the first game, but, you know, for this game, you know, we can't have any excuses. It's on us. So obviously we're going to have to be better. And we have a tough games coming up. So we have to get back on track as soon as possible.
It's no secret that you guys find a way to rally around one another when you hit adversity, this being one of those times. But when coach says, you know, this team has to find the grit and the toughness that we played with before, and you alluded to it as well, how does that resonate with you? How can that be fixed amongst the group?
You know, I think we had a lot of up and downs in the first half, and you know, there were some good things, but in the second half, especially the last quarter, you know, they outplayed us, and really we keep talking about the same things, but you know, we just have to play as a team, just simple as that. Like, because I mean, okay, today, like we didn't make shots. We missed a lot of open shots and everything. That's okay. But, you know, still, that's not an excuse. We got to be better in defense. I mean, that's the only way we can get back on track. And, you know, we had one game with the lost rhythm. We understand that. But this game, I mean, we don't have an excuse. It's on us, and we got to be better.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, Cedi.
Hey, Chris.
You mentioned not playing the way that you did before the break. In what way in these first 2 games do you feel like you've been different?
I mean, most important defensively, we weren't that tough. We were letting, especially tonight, Atlanta getting a lot of offensive rebounds. You know, they had 11 offensive rebounds tonight, and you know, we didn't compete. That's what I think. We didn't compete tonight, and they outplayed us, and I think that's unacceptable for us. And but we'll be on track. But you know, we have a tough schedule coming up. You know, we have Miami, and then we have back-to-back with Boston. So 2 really tough games, and we have to shake off, and we have to be back on track.
Cedi, what's it going to take when you have a night like tonight where the struggles are there offensively, to not allow that to carry over to the defensive end of the floor?
I mean, I feel as soon as we're taking the right shots, we'll be in a good position. You know, obviously, we're not going to be able to take a great shots every time. But if we can take more good shots than bad shots, then I think that defensively we will be in a good situation, especially in a fast break positions. So I think like that's the only way we can keep our defense alive if we keep shooting the right shots, if we don't force the shots, and then obviously, but still doesn't matter. I feel like even if we miss the shots, I think we can let it dictate our defense. You know, no matter what, we have to play defense. If we can score, then we can let them score either.
Kelsey.
Kelsey Russo, The Athletic. Cedi, kind of going off of that, I know you said, you guys missed shots tonight, but in general, on the offensive end of the floor, what's the biggest thing that you see that needs to change to create an offensive flow?
Just more movement of the basketball. You know, instead of just playing pick and rolls, I think, you know, we should run like longer offense and just, you know, move the ball better. Because I feel like when we're moving the ball, because we have really fast players in this team, so when we move the ball, I think, you know, it's hard to stop us. So I think we have to get back to the moving the ball more, you know, and move bodies too. You know, just not standing. We have to create positions for each other. If we can get a ball, then we can set a screen, or we can set a back screen, or we can cut. So I think, you know, that's going to also help our offense.
Anybody else has anything, please raise your hand. If not, we'll end with Marla here. Go ahead, Marla.
Marla right now, Akron Beacon Journal. Yeah, Cedi, what happened in the fourth quarter? I mean, is that almost something like, you know, what Nathan Knight sort of set the tone for them? I mean, do you think that that's sort of what you couldn't respond to? You know, that it's almost like you're a guy you never heard of, but you know what I mean? Like, what do you think happened there?
I mean, they outplayed us in that fourth quarter. I mean, we really couldn't respond. And, you know, it was 66-69, if I'm not wrong, right? It was 3-point game. So, yeah, I mean, they played better the fourth quarter. They played with the higher energy than us, and they outplayed us. And it's really, you know, that was the only reason why, you know, we lost at the end by 18 points, because we were right there. Even if we weren't playing a great game, it was 3-point game. But you know, it is what it is. Now we have to be focused on the Miami game. You know, it's going to be tough for us, and we're gonna have practice tomorrow and try to get better, and then be ready for Miami game in 2 days.